Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, and welcome to Rarely Necessities. It's laughingplace.com's live discussion of Disney merchandise. I'm the site's co-founder, Rebecca Mosley, and with me is our site manager, Rebecca Burbank. I am glad to be here, Becca. It's been a day.
Yes, definitely. It's been a day. It's been snowing here. It was windy yesterday and rainy and just so icky. This is a bright, sunny thing. We can talk about merchandise. It's so nice.
Exactly. And we're going to start off with our buddy Stitch, the Mischief Maker.
Yes, we've got a new continuity series. At least I think that's what this will be, because we've got 12 months of Stitch attacking snacks. Instead of a snack attack, it's a snack attack, but just a different type of snack attack. And yeah, we've got the first edition is here now, and it's Mickey Pretzels. So we got a plush for $29.99, and yeah, isn't he adorable just sitting there?
Yeah, and I love the way that the pin set that they have comes on this pin back.
Yeah.
Or no, pin card that looks like the shirt that he's wearing when he's the plush, right? So you've got the plush that has the Mickey pretzel pattern that's repeated on the pin card. Very sweet, very adorable. I'm going to say a couple of hellos. Hello, Mickey is my spirit animal. Hello, Geo from the snowy Midwest. And hi, Caleb. Thanks for stopping by as we talk about some Disney merchandise. Now, this is, as you mentioned, is the first in their Stitch Snack Attack series. So I'm going to go ahead and share. We can talk a little bit about what other we anticipate coming.
Yes.
And that is, we've got popcorn, macarons, lollipops. We've got some Dole Whip. Pineapple Whip, I think, is specifically what it'll be called.
Yeah, I think that I was checking with Kyle. I'm like, it's technically Pineapple Whip, right? Because otherwise you got to pay for the brand name.
Then we've got a churro gingerbread cookie and hot chocolate as December rolls around. So a fun mix.
We were talking about the snacks collection that launches, I think, on Monday or on Tuesday. Next Tuesday will be the snacks collection. And I do actually think, with a few exceptions, most of them will line up. So with the Stitch Attack snacks and then the Disney Eats snack collection that will be coming for us humans to enjoy in terms of apparel and collectibles. So,
fantastic.
But yeah, I think they'll actually pair up quite nicely.
I noticed, I'm trying to scroll through our Twitter real quick because I noticed earlier today one of our team was in the parks and stumbled on said Disney Snacks merchandise. So it's on shelves there at Walt Disney World. Doesn't that look scrumptious?
It does. I actually think I like the pink background a little bit more than the white.
Okay, so is this like the most dimensional we've seen these little croc?
Oh yeah, I don't understand the obsession with this. Like, I'm not talking Crocs. I'm talking about the little medallions that you put on there. But yes, I think this is the most dimensional that we have seen.
Yeah, because I'm used to them being like kind of a flat, like kind of a relief, as opposed to like a 3D sculpt. So
yeah, not for me, but but yes.
But if you want to bring your snacks home without the calories, here you go, right here in this line that's at Walt Disney World. And as Becca said, they're going to have like a snack of the month coming to Shop Disney as well. Oh, I skipped one somehow.
No, you're right on track.
Oh,
at least that's what I have next on my list.
Oh, okay.
But we've got Columbia Sportswear has a new Mickey Mouse & Co. collection, and it's just 2 items, but it's very very 90s heavy to me in terms of like the colors.
The color blocking, totally.
Color blocking, that like bright, not quite neon. I could not wear this, but I can tell you, I have Columbia jackets and they are amazing when it comes to being suited for the weather. Like,
yes,
I've had the same jacket since I was 15, I think, and
Yeah.
they're durable and they hold up forever. So yes, this is a 2-in-1, or I guess 3-in-1, because you can wear all of the layers. You can wear the outer layer by itself or the inner layer, and I think you can reverse the inner layer.
Yeah, it's a very bright color scheme. And this is a separate item,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, so there's a fleece pullover, or not pullover, it's a zip. It's a zip. It's a full zip, I believe. And you've got the nice pockets there. And this is Goofy, I think, and Mickey. And then
It
yeah,
is
those
an
mushrooms and snails.
it is an interesting design choice to have. It looks like a quarter zip, but
Okay,
yet it is actually a full zip sweater. It's just the way the
but
fabric
it's
design is done there gives you initially kind of that tip look that you're more familiar with, that like a quarter zip. But yeah, and as Becca said, I've also owned some Columbia previously, and it is really nice quality stuff that holds up well. It's intended for that kind of outdoor active life.
mhm.
So, yeah, be sure to take a look at these over at Shop Disney. And since we are talking about Shop Disney, another aspect of Disney merchandise that we want to talk about, the Magic Key program. That's those annual passes at Disneyland. They call them Magic Keys. Those are going back on sale tomorrow. If you've forgotten, no earlier than 9 a.m. is how it's been described. But one of the aspects I wanted to be sure that you knew about, because I've seen a lot of questions circulating online. If you scroll to the bottom, keep going all the way down to the bottom of their page, they have this little element here called important buying tips. And this is where you can find a lot of the answers to those questions that you may have regarding your Magic Key buying. And among those is that you can only use a Disney gift card when purchasing a new pass currently, only when you're purchasing a new Magic Key. And if you have multiple gift cards that you want to apply towards it, you must combine those ahead of time, because it will
Mhm.
only take a single gift card when you are making that Magic Key purchase. And so if that was something you were looking at doing when you're renewing your not renewing, sorry, when you are going to purchase a Magic Key tomorrow, that information and other items, I know some people have asked about upgrades and other things like that. It's a little out of the realm of the usual merchandise, but I know it's one of those things on the shopping list for Disney fans right now. So wanted to put that little bit of information out there. Also at Disneyland, though, something we usually talk about, popcorn buckets.
Yeah, these are so cute. And there's a sipper as well, right? Or a tumbler. This is the Joey Chou design, which we saw last year. He had a collection on Shop Disney and in the Disney parks. Really playful, really fun. I
Brightly
love.
colored.
Yes. Yeah. This is super super cute. So this is Disneyland that we know it's coming to, right?
Yes.
And then maybe it'll pop up at Walt Disney World.
One hopes, but you never quite know. I mean, because a lot of the merchandise now, it says Disney Parks, and that clearly is, to me, when I look at that, that definitely is a Sleeping Beauty castle. So we'd have hopefully, if it did make its way, we'd end up seeing that adaptation for Florida. Tomorrow at 1 o'clock, I'm going to be teamed with Heather from Mouse Fan Travel. We're going to be talking about kind of what's up, what's next at the Disneyland Resort. We're going to talk about the various festivals that come to Disneyland throughout the year, and then also some of the travel options, travel packages that are available over there at the Disneyland Resort. So just want to remind you of that. And speaking of travel, Jeremiah is in Paris, and he shared a variety of merchandise. Becca, they have so much attraction merchandise.
Yes, I it's been a while since I've been there, over a year now, and I don't recall seeing anything like this. So it's very, very cool that they have their attraction branded merchandise, because it's a lot of the same stuff that we've seen or that we have here in the States, but with a couple little tweaks. Like Phantom Manor is the Haunted Mansion equivalent, but it's just different enough. I don't know. It's really, really cool. The bride, I think, is a bigger part of the story throughout the attraction. Like it's just, yes, and your Phantom is really, really interesting too. So I'm loving this. I love everything that they have here.
I was going to say, going through the items that he shared, and we'll have the article linked below. What caught my eye particularly were the dimensional sculpts. I believe we're going to see Phantom Manor and Tower a little bit later as we're scrolling through these, because the attractions he featured in the piece were Phantom Manor, Big Thunder, Tower,
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones was another one. I know there were a couple of Fantasyland attractions with Peter Pan, but I mean, they got a perfumed candle. Is this something that you've seen?
I don't recall seeing this. I mean, Kyle and I are not really like big shoppers,
right?
but we do love to go into the stores and browse. I've not seen this before, so to me, I can't say for certain how new this is, but it is new to me, and I think that's really, really cool. And that's trend of like the scents that you get in the parks, you know, that you could bring home. And then this one, of course, is absolutely branded to the Indiana Jones attraction.
Yeah, with that poster art on it. They have it, the T-shirt as well, jackets. Like I say, there were just so many items. I pulled a number of them because it blew my mind, honestly, when I was looking. These lounge flies that look like, no, these aren't lounge flies. There are lounge flies. They are lounge flies.
They are lounge fly.
Okay. I thought they were, and then all of a sudden my eye
no, it's okay.
The lounge fly logo right there. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's so very cool. So according to Kyle, these collections were announced back in September.
Okay.
But wow, I have a possible trip in development to Paris, and I'm like, oh no, my merchandise budget might need to be quite sizable, because I wasn't expecting this amount of like location merchandise. I love location merchandise. So be sure to check out the piece, because we have dozens and dozens of photos. I'm just sharing a few here with you. So yeah, oh man, I don't know why, but to me this just feels like so much more than but maybe it's because it's unfamiliar. Like it just feels like so much more than what I like going to Walt Disney World. I don't feel like I walk in and I have quite as many attraction specific merchandise pieces available, but it could just be because it's the familiar, you know, and sometimes after a while it just becomes kind of background noise and you forget it's there.
I think it's a little bit of both. And their attractions, while a lot of the stuff is similar to what we're used to, there are things that are just a little bit different. And so your color schemes might be a little bit different, or the way that they present something. So it's going to be unique to Disneyland Paris, but still have that same familiarity that we're used to. But yeah, so I think you're right. You get used to seeing stuff in the parks that you visit frequently, but then also some of this is different.
Moving over to Fossil, they have unveiled a Valentine's Day collection, and this actually features some of my favorite Mickey and Minnie art.
Okay, I was gonna say I've loved Fossil watches for a very long time. This is one of their second collaborations. Like, I think their second collaboration with Disney. So I have yet to acquire anything Fossil, but I really love that Minnie Mouse ring watch. And rose gold doesn't usually do it for me, but something about the color scheme that they have there.
Let me pull it up. It's among my images here. Let's see.
I know I'm just like, wow. And this is a limited edition one. So there's a smaller number made. I think it's like 1,000 or 1,400 or something like that. And I'm like, I might have to pick one up.
That is really pretty. And it's just such a different item. It's not a very, very common. For me, in looking through all of this, like I say, this particular moment, as far as Mickey and Minnie go, this is one of my favorite Mickey and Minnie pieces. I actually have some artwork by Miami street artist Lebo, who sadly passed away last year. I have some of his art featuring Mickey and Minnie in this pose because it's just so adorable and so sweet. So there's a variety of items over at Fossil, up a little crossbody bag, a coin purse, and then a few pieces of jewelry, and of course, as you might expect, watches.
Yes.
So you will actually find some beautiful watches as well in this collection.
And
So.
yeah, the watches, I think all of the watches in this collection are limited edition, and then everything should be available online starting on the 15th. So we still have a couple days. So this is really a preview of what's coming. But if Fossil and Valentine's Day collections are on your shopping list, then yeah, stay tuned.
For sure. Let's see. We're going to jump over to Pandora now. And Cinderella charms have made their way back.
Had you seen this?
I had not seen this, and until you had. I was prepping for the show. This is really pretty.
It is, and I know Cinderella is one of your favorite princesses, or your favorite princess. I'm a Belle girl myself, but yeah, I don't have any Pandora jewelry, but I'm like, I would absolutely wear this. I would wear this bracelet. I would wear all of the various pieces in this collection. I think there's 6 pieces that are part of the Cinderella collection. And I'm like, I like all of them.
I love the way that they not only have the sterling, but they but they also have the yellow gold, as I'll call it. But yet it looks so beautiful all together on the same bracelet there. So, so pretty. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the gold plated, 14 karat gold plated, and then blue marquise shaped stones are what they've been using for most of these pieces. Yeah. And then go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, you can see that in the way the reflection is in the artwork of this, the way that there's a unique cut to this stones that are part of the charms. But yes, Becca.
No, it's really lovely. And that shoe is probably my favorite of the charms that they have. There's also the bead. If you buy 4 or more items in this collection, you can receive the carriage shaped crossbody bag as a free gift, or as a complimentary gift, maybe.
That is pretty.
While supplies last. I don't know so it sounds like this is not going to be available outside of the collection. I initially thought it was like a jewelry box because we've seen them do that, but no, it says it's a crossbody bag. So
I'm also fond of this carriage, the pumpkin carriage with the simple blue stone. That's very reminiscent of how we've seen her dress a lot, represented a lot because of the sequence. I think it's because of the sequence when she's out by the fountain with the prince in the evening, got that moon glow. I think because of that, a lot of times we've seen her dress represented very blue, when we all know it's much more of a sparkly white kind of. So yeah, but it's okay. I don't mind the blue. I
don't either.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with the blue. I wish they'd put Aurora in the pink dress more often, just so people wouldn't confuse it, but it's all good.
Oh, that's interesting, because I feel like the consensus, and I don't have an opinion one way or another, but I feel the consensus is she should be in her blue dress more often. But they do put her in pink because Cinderella is often associated with blue.
Yep. I don't know. No, that is the consensus. The consensus is that is what she is wearing when she gets her love's first kiss. But my consensus is blue is Cinderella's dress, so therefore, Aurora, you get pink.
Be in pink.
That's my rules.
Can't argue with that.
Nobody else's. With it being Valentine's, Dooney has a new Valentine's pattern coming out for their various bags. Oh, Mickey and Minnie. There's a lot of this kind of classic era Mickey around.
Yeah, it's like we just stepped off of Disney 100 and we're like, we're still gonna hang out in the early era of Walt Disney Animation Studios, but we're gonna, I don't know, not quite as heavily emphasized on the past, but still hang out there a little bit. I think this is interesting. The choice of blue instead of black is an interesting pick for me, and the fact that they put Chip, Dale, and Clarice on here as well. They're on the back side of the wallet and then also featured throughout the pattern on the tote bag. Seems like an interesting choice. And I don't hate it.
Nothing says sweethearts like a love triangle.
I know, right? But I'm all for more Clarice on Disney merchandise.
Okay.
She's popped up. We've seen her a couple times at Disneyland Paris, and it's fun because not a character that you're usually seeing.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I saw her in Jeremiah's footage of the Christmas parade. She was out there strutting her stuff. Really, really a lot of fun. A fun character. And I agree. It's nice to see her featured more frequently. It's nice to have reasons to have Chip and Dale also more frequently as well. And I like the way the hearts are here, but yet not like just almost like sometimes hearts almost become like a substitute for polka dots. Whereas here they're nicely kind of like within scroll work.
Yes.
In the background. So if you're looking for some more Dooney and Bourke, there's these Valentine's items. And then we have a sweepstakes to highlight.
Oh yeah. I just thought this was interesting. Soul has been Soul debuted a long time ago, but as we all know, it's coming back to theaters on Friday for a limited engagement. And the movie Insiders has a sweepstakes with the Funko Pops. So we have previously featured these Funko Pops a long, long time ago, but it's kind of cool to see them surfacing again. And these are all in that like I don't remember how it's referenced, but almost like the spirit realm or something, where you have the multicolor characters there, and then of course the cat in
Mittens that we all expected much more from, as I recall. I recall, we were all expecting him to be a major character within the film, and he was just kind of there for a little bit.
He was helpful to because there was the little body swap. So
he was. I feel like that there was some reason we expected more, and he was just like not quite as pronounced a character as we all expected based upon the merchandise edited. Because that's what we do, right? We try and suss out stuff by the merchandise ahead of the film. But I'm so excited that this is getting back on the big screen. Hearing Tony talk about he's our animation guy here at Laughing Place, and hearing him talk about the passion he has for this film and it being seen in the big screen, and talking about especially he's very excited to experience the audio because films, as he spoke, are uniquely mixed to the theater experience, and even the best home theaters don't quite measure up to the dynamics of that of the sound mix that happens in a larger theater. So it's super exciting. So if you don't know, Pixar's Soul, Turning Red, and Luca. So it'll be fun.
The pandemic trio is, I guess Luca did have some theatrical runs, with some theatrical run, but then also, or mostly it was on Disney Plus, and then the other two were strictly Disney Plus. So very cool that they are headed to theaters.
I don't even try and keep it straight. I'm sure some of them have done, and then I'm sure there've been like limited, like, oh, here it popped up at a theater here. It's like, by the way, okay, this is totally off topic, but it shocked me, and I don't know if you saw this headline go by on our site, but The Simpsons, the movie The Simpsons, El Capitan Theater.
I mean,
the El Cap. I mean,
this is the world we live in now.
I know it's Disney now, but I can't wrap my brain around the notion that Disney's theater there in Hollywood is going to have The Simpsons. So that's amazing to me still.
Yeah, and it's like 20. Is it 25 years old?
Oh,
Maybe not.
I hope not.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I know it's got to be quite old because
15, no, not 25.
I know it's got to be quite old. I don't know how
15
old.
maybe.
Kyle, you're in the chat. Tell us.
Maybe it's 15. Maybe I've put it way too early.
Well, no, I was going to say, I know it's got to be at least 15 because Gideon and Doobie took me to a Mother's Day brunch at Universal, and it was featuring The Simpsons. So we were, because it was my favorite restaurant over there. It's at the Hard Rock Hotel. It's called The Kitchen. I love that restaurant, and they had a Mother's Day brunch. So we went there, and you can meet Homer at the Mother's Day brunch. Oh, here we go. Simpsons movie, 2007.
Okay.
So there you go.
So,
let's see. Next up, can you tell them I'm not gonna do math right now?
No, I'm not either. I try.
I'm not doing math. So nope, it's not happening. Funko, Valentine's Day Funko. Oh, love is in the air.
I thought this was cute. This is not a 2-pack. They're 2 separate Funkos. They are Funko exclusives, so you cannot find them at other fan retailers. They are only available through Funko, but we've got Scarlet Witch, classic Scarlet Witch, and we've got Peter Parker, who is holding a really cute bouquet of flowers and then a box of chocolates for MJ. So, I mean, I like that these aren't the chocolate ones. I personally am not a fan of the chocolate ones, which is the big thing this year for both Valentine's Day and Easter. And then Star Wars usually does like a complete red, pink, and white color scheme for their Valentine's pops. But yeah, this is playing on existing colors and characters and just tweaking it a little. I really like these.
Do you feel like, I knew it was 16. I just didn't want to do math. Do you feel like Scarlet Witch is making this out of like magic? When I look at it, it feels like it's like she's like making it out of magical movement.
Yep, I would say she's absolutely created. Yes, it's a chaos magic heart.
Thank you. That's the word, chaos magic. I knew there was a word for it. I'm just, I don't remember the Marvel stuff as well. And
no, you're good. You're good. Oh, then yes.
This is sweet. They also have some pen sets that are in that kind of romance zone, right? So you've got Jack and Sally with the heart eyes, and Grogu enjoying some num-nums, and Mando bringing a box of chocolates.
Yep.
Along with some promises.
Maybe it's for the armorer, not like in a romantic gesture or anything, but it's just like, thanks for always, fixing or like, making sure I'm suited up properly. Here's some chocolate for you.
So the big news today was Mando Grogu coming to the big screen. Speaking of big news, what do you think? Are you excited? Are you pumped for this adventure on the big screen?
I don't know it's too new. I love the characters and I absolutely want to spend more time with them. I'm not at all opposed to a feature-length adventure, but I don't know if that's what I as a fan need is a big screen.
Okay.
I don't know. But love the character.
No, I'm excited because I've enjoyed some of the Mandalorian episodes. I've been like, I would like to see these on the big screen. And so therefore, since it had such a cinematic tone, to have it be like, okay, actually we're going to do it as a movie. Woohoo, yay. Awesome. I am wondering, will Pedro Pascal be like visible as Pedro Pascal? And if not, will that role transition to kind of the Darth Vader, James Earl Jones, where we all think of Vader as James Earl Jones, but yet he was never the man inside. He was the voice always, right? So
yeah. Was it David Prowse who
for at least
the height and
I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember when that stopped being his role, but yeah.
Okay.
Geo, the movie idea isn't surprising. No, it isn't. And then the surprising news, which made me happy, but I'm not getting too excited because I'm very much you got to wrap it up first, is the developing. Season 2 of Ahsoka is developing. So at least it hasn't been, shelved or canceled or whatever, but developing is not as concrete as I would like.
I think well, I guess I shouldn't say I think because I don't know that I've watched enough of. No, I watched Book of Boba Fett. We watched Mandalorian, but I would be very much on board with another season of Ahsoka. I loved that was really kind of my major introduction to the character. Like I knew who Ahsoka was from the animated series, but I haven't watched any of those. At least not more than just bits and pieces here and there. So as like this entry into the character storyline and the Rebels characters, I was very much enjoying our viewing experience. So happy to revisit that if they are going to be doing more.
Definitely. Over at Entertainment Earth, we now have an item that had been previously just Target.
Yes. So this sound from what I was able to glean and from what we reported on, or maybe this is Captain Cardinal, who is a character from like the books that they created for Black Spire Outpost about the stories focusing on Captain Phasma and Vi Mirandi. So the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is what this is classified as, not a Last Jedi or even a Rise of Skywalker. So thought that was interesting. But there's like an entire story arc for this character of Captain Cardinal who worked for General Hux. But yes, this is an electronic mask that a couple years ago was first introduced at Target. And as Rebecca said, it was a Target exclusive. It's now for pre-order at Entertainment Earth. So we've seen this happen before where something in the Hasbro Black series, so these higher end collectibles, are initially exclusive to one retailer, and then after a period of time, sometimes they do become available at others. So if that's something that you had not yet acquired or you don't want to pay eBay prices for, you can pre-order and get a brand new one for yourself.
Fantastic. Sorry, I'm distracted in that my computer has frozen up over here where I serve up the
images. Oh dear.
I apologize for looking off screen quite so much.
No, you're good.
It does include the voice changer element. So when you put on the mask, you will sound like a first order trooper. So a lot of little bits of fun with that cosplay item now available at Entertainment Earth. Let's see, Becca. We have made it through the collection of items that you have on your list, and so that means it is time for this week's Sensational Seven. And with Jeremiah over at Disneyland Paris, I was thinking about a unique attraction there, Alice's Curious Labyrinth. And so therefore I jumped onto the idea of the Cheshire Cat. So this week's Sensational Seven will feature items celebrating the Cheshire Cat, and it's loosely based, as always, on the Sensational Seven. That would be sleepy, happy, grumpy, dopey, sneezy, bashful, and Doc. And to start off, if you had a day much like I did, and so you had the bed head and you're just throwing the hair up under a hat, here, this beautiful hat features the Cheshire Cat. Notice how the tree in the background kind of disappears in a way. And then depending on how the light hits it, will have this iridescent glow to it. So it's neat the way it kind of fades into the background and then appears. I thought that was kind of a fun twist on the idea of how usually, right, the tree is there and the Cheshire Cat's the one that disappears. So I love the idea that it's the tree that is pronounced or less pronounced in the design here. For Happy, Joey Chou is featured again here on Barely Necessities, this time in a vinyl figure featuring the cat in a teacup. You can pop it on your desk. I'm sure it'll make you smile when you see it. Check it out. It's bright and pink.
Yeah, I like that.
For Grumpy, okay, I often say caffeine keeps the grumps away. This particular mug, when you fill it with a hot beverage, woo,
there he disappears.
The back of the mug, it goes just to a smile and curiouser and curiouser. For Dopey, we'll go with something sparkly like his eyes and the mine. And in this case, today I learned there's removable stickers from the Swarovski company.
Yes.
I would never have thought that you could go to a company known for their crystals and buy stickers, but nevertheless, here they are, and they have the Cheshire Cat with their beautiful crystals. So you can put Swarovski crystals on your tech devices, or maybe your favorite water bottle. I don't know, but wow, it blew my mind, and so I decided to share with all of you.
This is what we are doing with crystals.
Yep. For Sneezy, you want to keep those tissues close, and it's easy to do in this small crossbody bag. This one also has a little element playing off the, I know, right, Gio? Those are some expensive bling stickers. They are $69 for the 3-pack, but it's the Swarovski crystals. So, I understand it, but yeah, no, expensive bling stickers. The crossbody bag, this is glow in the dark eyes and smile. So see, when it's nighttime, you'll still be able to find your bag in the dark.
I like that face. It's not quite the smile's cut off a little, right? And this is very interesting. I love it.
And for Bashful, perhaps you don't want to let the world know how much you adore the Mad Kitty, and we're gonna go with a pair of socks.
Mm-hmm.
That people don't. You're wearing slacks. People aren't really gonna see your socks, but you're gonna know they're there when you sit down. Maybe a little bit will pop out. It'll remind you we're all mad here. That's what it says on there. And today I really, really feel that totally. Gio saying that would be fun when you're in the Haunted Mansion. Yeah, your bag would just be glowing. People would just see a glowing bag when you're there, riding through the mansion. I agree, 100%. And finally, Doc, the foundational one. I went with a very simple cosplay style hoodie. Oh. It's available over at Hot Topic. On the back, it says "We're all mad here." It has his pink stripes and a little bit of like a little cat tail and cat ears on the hoodie. And the front, simply a nice little profile image of the Cheshire Cat. So yeah, nifty. I like it.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect. Like you're saying, it's almost like it's a cosplay type hoodie that you could. It's perfect for the parks.
Yep.
Or if you really want to do a low effort costume and you're like, I just need a little bit of ears and a little bit of tail. I can do this. Happy Halloween.
It's a hint of costume.
Yeah.
Just a little sprinkle of costume for you. Oh my. Today's been a day, Becca.
I know. I know.
Let's see. I'm having a little bit of computer issue. Do I have something hiding from you to me?
I saved it, and I probably it's waiting there. I just never hit the send button.
Okay, well, I'll just sit here and wait for a moment, and it'll pop up, and then I'll be able to share it with everybody because it's time for Becca's shopping list.
Yes,
so
sorry about that.
Download this over here and pop it up over there for everybody, and we will be on our way talking about things that are talked about on Laughing Place and we didn't talk about here.
Yep, and there's still more stuff coming later tonight, so we will save those for next week.
Let's see. Oh, that button. Sorry.
I know you're good. We had previously talked about the Peach Punch collection, but this weekend some Starbucks tumblers popped up, so the article has been updated and you should check it out. Speaking of Starbucks tumblers, the Disney Parks Icon collection that launched earlier this month now has tumblers, so we have a separate article about those. We talked Disneyland Paris merchandise for the parks attractions, but they also have a Paris collection with big letters. And so if you are a fan of Paris and the Eiffel Tower, yes, and everything Disneyland Paris, that's there's some fun stuff to check out there too. If you're shopping Enso rings, they have a clearance sale going on right now with an extra 30% off, and we rounded up some of the Disney items that are included in that sale, as well as Star Wars and Pixar. Last week, Roosevelt's launched their first ever Fantasia collection, and the best shirt sold out like almost immediately. A couple other styles are still available, and that's for youth and children as well. We rounded up some items, Pixar items at Box Lunch, and that's a brand new article that's on the site. Disney I Love You Forever, the fashion dolls. They introduced several new dolls, 7 new dolls, I think, and
Wow.
3 new sets. So these are inspired
I
by.
haven't taken a look at those yet. I'll have to check those out.
Yeah, they're inspired by the 2 that they were featuring at the beginning, or when they were teasing the collection, was inspired by Elsa and Tiana. So these are outfits that are supposed to be modern day. They don't look like the princess, but they have princess elements. So it's very cool. And then Marvel's is coming to digital and Blu-ray in February. And then we have Marvel Legends X-Men Angel. So if you are a fan of the X-Men, the mutant Angel with his massive wings from the comics, it's the new pre-order action figure. And finally, Star Wars Villainous had debuted last year, I think. And there's going to be a new edition, a new version of the story from Ravensburger for their games. So
cool. Pondering with this Stanley Craze that we're seeing now. I don't know. Are you familiar with the Stanley Craze, Becca? This is so
you get to educate me.
these are tumblers that have been around for a while, but now they're available. Like, they do specific colors for limited runs, and they're available. I want to say it's Target that they're sold at, and they go very quickly off the shelves, and their MSRP, their retail, like off the shelf, is like I want to say like $50. And then on eBay now, almost immediately, you can turn it around for 8 to 10 times. So you're seeing them go for like 300, and such. Especially once they are no longer available. And there were fist fights apparently.
Wow.
I think that's what I saw, because I saw people comparing. Let me put it this way: I saw people comparing it to the Cabbage Patch Craze, and so I only know about them because it's been popular amongst some peer group of mine for a while. I don't know if it's still popular now that the rest of the universe has caught on or not. If they're now willing to fight for it or not. But previously, I remember when they would all be excited about the new color was coming out, and they would be, okay, I'm going to go to these Targets and you can go to those Targets, and they would communicate with each other about it. But I don't know if it's still that, because sometimes after a while you end up getting pushed out of you're like, no, I'm not that invested. So right. I don't know if how invested they still are. So we'll see. But I agree, Gio. I wonder if we will, like we've seen with Starbucks, right? The Starbucks tumblers, the Starbucks mugs, those were kind of a popular collectible item. And we eventually saw collaborations between Starbucks and Disney. I wonder if we will see a Stanley Disney tumbler. I wouldn't be surprised if it's more challenging, because we do know that they have certain relationships, certain licenses. I don't know how that would, how those all play nicely together. Corksicle, Turbis. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Oh, Gio thinks the same guy owns Stanley owns Cross. I haven't looked. Oh, that's an interesting crossover. Tonight here on this YouTube channel is Randomizer, Theme Parks and Movies. Those are the themes of our Disney Trivia Live, episode 303. If you haven't stopped by Disney Trivia Live, give it a try. You get to compete head-to-head against fellow Disney fans. See who knows the most Disney stuff. It's, you win a magnet if you win. It's merely bragging rights. It's hosted by my son and my husband. And there's a really lively chat that happens as well. So there's trivia going on, but there's like a lot of banter, a lot of chat. The chat room is active. People talking about all kinds of Disney stuff. Maybe the latest movie, what they're watching on Disney Plus, if they went to the parks, all kinds of stuff. Disney history, because some of us have been going to the parks since the the 70s and 80s. So we talk about that too. So yeah, that kind of fun stuff. What you working on for the site other than, you got anything in the hopper that you want to tease here, Becca? I think you may have already mentioned it.
Well, we do have the Rock Love has a collection that is going to be launching later this week, themed to Nightmare Before Christmas. So we'll have more information about that. And then the next week we'll have the Disney Eats collection. So that's mostly what we're working on right now. But yeah.
Well, thanks everybody for joining us. As always, we're here on Tuesdays. And we will see you all next time. Bye.